Hi friends, it's Susan Smith with Stamp Creatively. I'm stamping here with my friend Violet, who just walked herself right into the camera, which is why I had to move it. See, this is what you would see if you... Oh, but I switched cameras, so now all you see is a little bit of tail. Oh, there's a head. She's, completely mistreated. You know that, right? So I don't know if you guys are like me, but I get together with other demonstrators and stamp. Violet, you're going to have to get down. One moment, please, while I remove Violet Kitty. Yeah. Trust me, she's not mistreated. Got together with the demonstrator. She's like, I love this new stamp set. It's called Just My Type. I'm like, I don't need a typewriter. She goes, it's so much more than a typewriter. I was like, whatever. So I stamped with it. And so I just took some white and stamped on it. Whoops. Did several images on it. 8.5 by 11. Then I did this one. And I was like, oh snap, it's kind of cute. Maybe it would be a good camp card. And so once again, here we go. You know, I ordered it, of course. And put it together with these new dies called Nested Essentials. Cute, huh? That and this beautiful paper. You know we love a good designer series paper. This is one of my favorite pages in the catalog. It's like the party page of the beautiful papers. Like I used this one on that card. And look at all that blingy paper. It's called Soft Shimmer, and it comes in Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and Pretty Peacock. Yep, that doesn't look that beautiful in the catalog, but it is. So they had a choice of the Bubble Bath or the Berry Burst for their card. And then I used the designer series paper that I used is this right here, the Bright and Beautiful. It's a 6x6 paper, but it was perfect for the card that I wanted because I wanted something that was real fun. Okay, so we used the Azure Afternoon, the Bright and Beautiful paper, the Nested Essentials, which is where I got these. So I'll show you how I put together the card. So here's a piece of just basic white. I went ahead and put my rainbow and my words both on the same block. I'm using Memento ink. I'm going to stamp it right down. Okay, it's a little crooked, but remember I'm going to die cut it, so it's going to be just fine. Then I took a piece of the basic white. I added some beautiful flowers to the side over here. Okay, I'm going to close this up and move it, so I have a tendency to be messy. You guys may be clean stampers, but a messy gene in me. Okay, then I used my new markers. I like the new ones. The barrels are a little bit longer, and the tips. This is a really nice new brush tip, and this is a new nub tip that I like a lot. It's a little bit easier to color with than the others. My campers were like, you don't use markers that much at camp. And I said, nope, because when you guys kill my marker, I have to buy 10 to replace it. When you kill my blends, I just buy 2. They were like, oh. I said, but I like the markers. I use them a lot when sitting at my desk. I don't know if you guys are big marker fans like I am, but I am. Oh, I didn't even tell you the colors I was using. That's rude of me. Let me tell you. This is the Lemon Lolly, Granny Apple, Azure Afternoon, Berry Burst, and Fresh Freesia. Okay, now I want to dot these in the blue. Again, this tip works, like I never use the other end of my marker. I don't want floating flowers, so we're going to have to do a little bit of that. So my flowers aren't floating. Now that's going to go on the inside of my card. Here's the piece for the outside. And every time I color a rainbow, that song's in my head. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow. I didn't sing. You should thank me for that. Okay, so there I've used my markers to color my little rainbow. Now I've got my mini boss back here. She's going to cut these pieces for me because I like her. And these dies, they're one of the ones that don't go with anything. They're just called Nested Essentials, and they're back in the dies. And so I feel like those are easy to miss. I did a video this morning. Wait a minute, I have to push this to get it going. I need an extra hand, so it's not in camera, but trust me, see, it's going right through. But I'm back a little bit further, and so I can't get it going when I'm back too far. All right, and the Nested Essentials has the little stitch around the edge, which we like. Now I've got my, I did the other color. This one was in the Berry Burst. This one's in the Bubble Bath. So I used a lighter one and colored the rainbow different, just because I could. And so again, my campers get to do it the way they think they need to too. I always say, you can do your card different than mine. Just don't tell me when you're all done that yours isn't as pretty as mine, because if you're not confident, do it the way I do it. Okay, so this cuts right through. I mean, that is why you pay me the big bucks, right? Okay, so when I went to, gotta move this out of the way so I can show you how I fold this. So this is just 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and I fold it by adding a 3 by 4 sheet to the end, and I get to pick my paper. I'll just do something different than the other card. Ooh, that's pretty too. And I put that on here, and then I can either use my scoring blade and score that, or I can just kind of eyeball it and fold it. I've been doing camps for a really long time, and I found if I spend a bunch of time with measurements, then they go home and feel like they can't do it if they can't measure it. So I just create these patterns that don't require a ton of measuring. And then I just matched that. And this is a 2 by 4 sheet. And so I can pick which one I want of that too. I kind of like my pick. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to seal that right on there. Then to adhere this, I wanted to use some dimensionals. I'm going to put some dimensionals on that. Okay, I got a ton stuck to my finger. I don't really need that many. They're all stuck, so they're coming with now. All right. So I'm going to put this on here, just like this. And then I went to lay this on here, and I felt like my white was a little stark. Everything else had so much patterns going on. I wanted this to have some pattern. So I pulled out my sketched plaid, and I just kind of stick them on the inside of my case. Everybody does it different. I took a little lemon lolly and tapped it over the top. I'm going to zoom in just a minute so you can kind of really see what I'm doing here. So this is my paper now. And then after I put a little of this on it, now this is the way it looks. That's more what I wanted. It looks like I stamped on a pattern paper, which I liked a lot. So then I used my seal and put this on top. I added my little floral bouquet to the inside. I have 6 granddaughters, and they love the little rainbows and these flowers, and this just kind of reminds me of them. So for my embellishments, look at all of these. Those match my colors perfectly. These are the Tinsel Gem 4-pack. So I'm going to use a bunch of these because they make me happy. I mean, I don't know if you were like me, but gems just make me smile. It's like the more the merrier. All right, so there you go, friends. 2 different, but not hard, beautiful cards. So if you want more details, sorry about that, I've been waiting on a phone call all day. If you have aging parents like I do, I'm constantly making phone calls, and I'm going to hold forever to try to work on benefits and all that. And so my dad was in the military, and we've been trying to get some paperwork, and they sent me a link this morning to pull up the paperwork, and it didn't work. So I had to call, and then they got to call me back. So sorry, I had to take that phone call. But I hope you like these 2 cards. They're super cute, super fun. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. Have a good one. Bye.